Hello,
Hi.
how are you? It is Thursday,
Tis
and it is all good in the
in the
pud.
pud.
Um, we're getting there, as we do every month, and I suppose I say it every month, but one of these days I'll be right, and the chicken licking and the ceiling will fall in,
Of
the
course,
sky will fall
it'll
in.
never happen.
It'll never happen. No, we've got it off to a tee now, but look, there's plenty of hands on deck in today, so because obviously they all want to get away early tomorrow.
blame them?
No, they've plenty of time off over Christmas. The swines. They should be working and be grateful for it. Anyhow, today, as I say, look, we gifting is the theme of the week, and presents and all that sort of stuff. And we sort of said to the staff, come down and do a staff pick thing. So they all literally done a staff
Oh,
pick.
talk about panic.
And it wasn't. They don't get to get the bottles, by the way.
No.
I just want to clarify that. I'm not that pig and generous. I'm not that generous at all. But sort of the variance and reasons, and the difference in sort of knowledge and everything else that we have here in the team is just mad. And you know, it never ceases to amaze me how we all work. We're a bunch of loons that all
Yes.
just seem to come together, and we get the stuff done. And hopefully you guys see that we have fun doing what we do, and hopefully you have a good experience whatever interactions you have with the whole team. So we'll start, I think, on the bottom row, Ellen. Writer's Tears is, who did you say?
This is Rebecca.
Rebecca. And Rebecca picked it because,
She thinks the box is pretty.
yes, that's literally the MO behind that. I'll back her up on it and say they are pretty. I mean, the Writer's Tears ones have been pretty. The cast strength ones, they've been good colours, really vibrant. It's a long time there, since 2011 was the first incarnation. It's also great drinking whiskey. We have a couple of bottles that open in the bar. I think there's a 2013 open in the bar.
There is.
And maybe a 2015 as well. So if anybody ever wants to taste it, JJ Sheehy's. Aside it, Cohiba Cognac.
This is Aoife's pick.
Aoife picked it because,
It does this.
ta-da! Look at that. And that is why Aoife would pick it. Now, for those of you that haven't met Aoife, our Aoife is
Leave her alone.
vertically challenged.
She's lovely.
She's a small little bundle and we do have to get her a wee box to stand up and she can reach the top of the racks. No, she likes to point out she can reach the racks.
Yes.
Barely, I say. But anyhow, that was her pick because it does that.
Yes.
There you go.
You don't need any other reason.
Beside it, Wild Turkey 12 from
That was
Shireen.
picked by Shireen
And that is because it was purple.
because it was purple. But
Yes.
she likes the way that the purple and the and the goldy kind of coppery colour,
Yeah.
it makes it pop.
Right. Brilliant. And look, this all reverts back to what we said the other day. You know, you shop with your eyes first in a shop. When you walk into a retailer.
Like, if she was going to buy a present for somebody, she isn't a whiskey drinker.
Yep.
But if she was going to buy a present for somebody, that caught her eye, so she would buy that.
Yeah.
Because
Hopefully they might ask the person behind the counter as well for a bit of advice. Now, in some retail environments, the person mightn't have a breeze.
Yeah.
So go with your instinct and go with colour. Beside it is Tullamore Dew, Katie.
that's my pick.
And that's your pick. And there's a very good reason. I like this one. This is a genuine reason. I do like this one.
Well, apart from the fact that I do like Tullamore Dew anyhow, because it's a nice drinking whiskey,
Yep.
easy drinking.
Yep.
And it goes really well with cocktails and it goes well with ginger.
Yeah.
It is actually from our very first ever outing in the whiskey world per se,
Yeah. Aviators.
with the Aviators.
So we were on an excursion with the Aviators and we went down to
Tullamore.
Tullamore Distillery. We were sort of one of the first groups. The new distillery wasn't open at the time.
No.
Wasn't open to the public. But through the Aviators, they got us in and we done the tour of the place. And but in the old building in town, there was a place where you went in and you filled your own
wee secret
wee
nook.
secret room, and you had to find the tap, and it was all
It was just
cloak and dagger.
really, really,
but it
really
was
good.
that was a great day. That was a great day, and we
So-
made some good friends that day,
Oh, we did, yeah.
and are still friends with them.
And that just invoked a memory for me when I seen that.
I get
so.
that. I get that. Up top we have Solstice, the summer solstice.
That's
on
Sinead's pick.
That is Sinead's pick. I think Sinead is definitely one that is influenced by druids and witches
Of
and stuff like
course,
that.
of
I
course,
reckon
yeah.
she's a bit of a witch.
She probably is.
She probably is.
But she's a good witch.
She's a good witch. A white witch. Today is the winter solstice. I think that's why she might have picked that as well. The shortest day of the year, the longest day of the year. Anybody who has dealt with Sinead, she is just a ray of sunshine.
Yes.
Every day, she just cheers up the office here. It is a pleasure to work with her. She's one of the good guys. Beside that, Dunville's from Olivia. Again, I know Olivia's thinking was she likes the look of the bottle, but she also does
does.
Dunville's as well, drinking as well. But again, as I reverted to the other day, the Dark Series, that Dark Series label is a real eye catcher. It's just got this sort of, don't want to use the word majesty, but it is a majesty with the crown. It has a regal thing about it again. And I don't know, I see Irish people be going, oh, the crown and fire. Go away.
But there's
go
more,
away.
There's more than one
go
crown
away.
in this
Go
word.
away. Go away. Go away. If they start yapping about crowns, go away. Redbreast cast strength.
That's Ellie's pick.
Ellen's pick. And there's a good reason for this, Ellen, isn't there?
You can tell it.
Yeah, Ellen got very drunk on our staff party on Saturday night. And Robert and herself went up to the bar and started hoofing cask strength. And she learned the lesson of cask strength isn't like drinking normal whiskey.
No.
Because shortly thereafter,
There was many a speed wobble.
her legs just didn't work anymore. So that was that. So what's today's lesson, Ellen? Don't be drinking cask strength. Or slow down. Don't be hoofing it into you. Beside it is her drinking buddy, Robert, and Bow Street. And look, Robert would be the guy that would pick something like this. He is a whiskey nerd. He loves his knowledge. He's the guy we unleash to find out about a bottle. Sometimes we literally have to, pull him out of the rabbit hole because he started looking at bottles and 2 days later he's still working on it. You're just going, Robert, move on to the next one, please. Yes. But he is a real whiskey nerd and he loves the history behind this bottle, the misspelt on the Jemiesons on the front. I think it's one of the funniest things ever. And just look, it is a great bottle. I know he'd love to have one of them in his collection. He's not getting it. I'm not paying for it. Not a chance. Never. Jameson, Bow Street 18. This is Ben's pick, and again, I know Ben, when he started with us, he did know a wee bit about whiskey, but he's just evolved. He really is good now. He's our new Niall.
Yes.
And he has been not replacing Niall, but he's been doing the job that Niall was doing previously, and he's great. He really has come into his own. His knowledge of whiskey was great beforehand. He's worked in bars, so he knew what was what. I know he said to me he loves the Jameson 18, particularly the cast strength version. And then it's a pretty looking box.
He loves that box.
I'm not convinced with the new box that it's quite as imposing. I think that is a great box.
Yeah,
I loved that the scoring, the lasering that they done into the boxes. I get it must have cost them a bleeding fortune. 2 small fortunes. I mean, I'm a great fan of the Powers, the single cast that had the designs on the front. I really did think it's gorgeous. Yeah. I know they had to evolve to the new one and the sticker and that, but the old ones, when you have a line of them together, it's really impressive.
It's beautiful.
I mean, the Kilkenny Guild one.
That's cool.
That's really impressive. I mean, when you put the three bottles together, you can get the cast. And I mean, that's really, really impressive. So that's it. Last but not least.
Oh, yes, this wee dude.
Now lift him up. He weighs a small ton. And this is probably the most important person in the office. It's my mum. So for those of you that don't know, my mum comes into the office twice a week and she cleans round. She doesn't do a whole heap of cleaning. She does lots of gabbing. She's like a distraction in the place. And look, what do? It's your mammy. Mammy's allowed to do whatever Mammy wants, and if Mammy wants to pick a little statue, and that is my Mammy to a T, quirky and weird.
Yeah.
She has me as a son, so she's had years of dealing with quirky and weird.
I knew that would be your mum's.
Yeah, it would be. It's something that she would have.
I can see that in her garden.
Yeah. She'd have it in the sitting room talking to it. She would literally just That's my mum to a T. I didn't pick one because I've probably been picking all week. If it was me, I'm picking the big expensive ones because that's how I roll.
Yeah.
But that's it. We're back tomorrow. There's charity bottles and there's one or two other big ones I just want to chat about. And then we're it. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Sinead did say to me to make sure that you are getting verified. I see loads of people doing it all day, every day. If you're having any issues, it should be straightforward. Just make sure your mobile number is right. Make sure your email address is right. Hit send code and it'll send the codes to you. It's working.
Yeah.
The only ones that it's not working too well with is the US ones. We know about that. We'll make sure that the US aren't excluded from the auctions. Don't worry. You'll be able to work away and use it. But make sure you get verified. And if you have any hassles, ring or email the office here and we'll help sort it out for you. It's not a biggie. It's a simple thing. Until tomorrow, boys and girls, good luck.
Bye.
All good in the pud.